Hey Cloud Gamers, and welcome to the Cloud Gaming Extreme channel. We've had reports that Google Stadia has got a quality bump for Marvel's Avengers, so we thought we'd revisit it against the Series X and Shield TV Pro, upscaling the GeForce NOW version. Now you'll notice that I've started with a speed test here, and it is running at an incredibly fast speed because for some reason, unfortunately, the GeForce NOW version's startup process still has not been fixed with all of these patches. So you can see here that the time to start to get to the war table on multiplayer mode is extremely long still on GeForce NOW, whereas it's only 53 seconds on the Xbox Series X and 1 minute 17, almost 1 minute 18 on Google Stadia, but on GeForce NOW it's still around 5 minutes 32. So it's a little bit quicker than it used to be, whereas it used to be around 7 minutes, so a little bit quicker, but still nowhere near the speed of Stadia or the Series X. As we come into the startup sequence here for one of the missions, I've got the Series X here in performance mode, GeForce NOW is running on high settings, and Stadia is in graphics mode. The reason for Series X in performance mode here is because I actually find that the quality is around the same as in quality mode, but it's uncapped and is at 60 frames per second instead of the 30 cap. Stadia, we'll see here, is in the quality mode to get that 4K resolution, but when we go into performance mode we can see a huge difference there to get that 60 frames per second. So we're going to run it through on the best quality here. As the Series X is also on performance mode, we should see a closer difference. As we come into the battles, we can see that we're getting that 60 frames per second very easily on the Series X. GeForce NOW coloration is a little bit different. I find the tones a little bit more natural, but they don't match the other platforms here. As we come to Series X on its own, you can see that 60 frames per second and we're getting really good quality here. Although we do see a bit of that dynamic scaling for the resolution, and it does look like it's dropped it down a little bit with all of this action going on here to not the full 4K. As we come to GeForce NOW, then this is running the high settings. Again, we can see we're getting pretty much 60 frames per second quite solid. However, this is 1080p and the Shield TV Pro is doing that upscaling to 4K. You wouldn't really be able to tell it compared to the other platforms here. As we come to Stadia, again we're in the 4K mode here and we're seeing still a bit of blurriness even in that high quality mode. That 30 frames per second also capped here and quite obvious. It's a shame that the 30 frames per second cap is there, because when we switch to performance to get that 60 frames per second, you can see that huge quality drop in comparison to that quality mode. Again, not as noticeable when you're on a TV, but when you're looking at a 4K monitor, it does make quite a big difference here. And it's unbelievable just how different it looks compared to the graphics mode. So we come back side by side then, we'll show both the performance and graphics modes, starting with graphics on Stadia. But looking through the middle here, GeForce NOW is looking extremely good with that high quality, even with the Shield TV Pro doing that upscaling. Series X and Stadia are quite close here. We're seeing a bit of dynamic resolution scaling still on the Series X with the battles going on, but Stadia does get very blurry, especially if we go into that performance mode, which is a great shame because I think that the Stadia version here could easily keep up with the Series X version. And if it wasn't for the slow startup for GeForce NOW is definitely a great place to be able to play this game. Looking at the quality here with the upscaling, I would say that Shield TV Pro definitely has got a great advantage here, if you don't mind that slightly darker or more natural colour scheme. I'll leave you with a bit more of the footage here side by side, with Stadia also showing a bit of the performance and the quality modes. Let us know which you think looks best for Stadia here in this comparison, especially pushing the 4K resolution. And let us know in the comments below whether the next gen patch has excited you enough to go into a console version of Marvel's Avengers, as well as the Chapter 3 stuff. Having more content there, has that enticed you to get back into the game? Thanks for watching, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, stay up to date with all things cloud gaming, and we will see you next time.